Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, thank you. Yep. Yep. Shut the fuck up! Hey, what's up, comics? It's yours truly, Famous here. Just wondering how you guys are holding up. Just kind of wondering how you guys have been. I know I've been chilling. Just kind of going through school right now, taking on any obstacles in my way. Feel like I definitely have that stuff on lock, you know. Kind of a step up from the way I've been living these past years, always kind of stressing about things. Not, you know, kind of worrying about needless shit or unnecessary shit, you know. That really is just kind of wasting my time. And now I'm kind of focused on what I need to do, kind of determined on things I need to get done, and kind of prioritizing a little bit better than I did last year for sure. And you know, it sucks that YouTube's not a part of that anymore, and that, you know, I don't really get to talk to you guys as much as I want to. It's a shame, but I feel like it's for the better because it'll give me time, you know, to kind of come back at this whole game with a fresh new mind and fresh new outlook and perspective on everything. But with that being said, with all that aside, I'm back to bring you guys a short kind of story. Not really, more like an awkward situation that we definitely put ourselves in. It was with a couple of friends. It was a group of friends. But before we get into that, I just want to shout out to all the new people that came out to this channel from, I think it was 120 subscribers to 130 now. So the 10 new people that showed up, or however many, I forget, it's been a while. I hope that you guys stick around long enough to kind of see the growth of this channel still, and hopefully you guys are a part of that. But shout out to all you new people. I'm glad you're here, and hopefully you enjoy the content and you're here to kind of stick around. By the way, to all those people that keep asking me like, oh, can I get a subscribe or whatever, I just delete your comment. Just no point in really asking for a sub back. Anyways, before I start getting into a little bit of a rant for this story, guys, I was with a group of friends, and, you know, we were getting stoned as fuck, right? We were getting high as shit. It was some pretty dank stuff for sure. But this stuff, and, you know, the real setting is the real interesting part. I was in Yosemite National Park. If you guys don't know where that's at, I think that's like somewhere in Central California. And it's a very beautiful, gorgeous fucking national park. I've never seen, like, I've never felt more in love with, like, a place like that. You know what I mean? I remember, you know, just going there and forgetting about everything, forgetting about my past, forgetting about all of, like, the things that, you know, I quote-unquote needed to do, and all the stress kind of just withered away a little bit when I stepped in through that first entryway into Yosemite. It was like nothing like ever before, dude. Like, you don't even understand. I remember we went down into that valley. I went down into the valley. I didn't really stay on the outskirts where the forest was, but, you know, I went down into that valley, and we kind of climbed up some cliffs, and I remember looking over that valley, dude, and it was just the most amazing thing I've ever seen. But I digress. So, you know, I was with a couple of friends, and we were at Yosemite smoking some good kush. It's weird because it's not weird, but it's kind of awesome, like the groups and like this like kind of culture there, if I can say that. I don't know if that's, can you say culture for a small group? I don't know. It was a bunch of college kids, right? So college kids were kind of taking up like all the camps there, and they have like tents everywhere kind of thing. There was a bunch of college kids working at the restaurants and stuff, kind of just having a good time, you know what I mean? I was with my group of friends, and I had a friend that worked there and that kind of lived in Yosemite, so that's how we kind of got in. You know, they knew a bunch of people, and we were kind of going to all the like little parties that were going on, and it was definitely pretty sick adventure. I have a bunch of stories to kind of tell you from my Yosemite trip, but we'll save that for later. So just to kind of brush through this, what ended up happening, one of my friends, you know, heard about like a kind of gathering at this really high peak, and like, I don't know how far it was, but the whole goal was we were gonna travel there like late at night. And it's trippy if you guys have never been like in a forest or anywhere where there's like no kind of civilization. It is pitch black. Like pitch black, you can't see anything in front of you. Not even like a foot in front of you, you can't even see anything. It's crazy. So we were using like really high-powered flashlights to kind of look around. It was amazing. Like, I was seeing bugs left and right, like little critters and shit. I didn't see any kind of animals along the way, but you know, thank God, right? Thank God we didn't like run into a bear or anything. You know, we were walking down this path, and we ended up climbing like a fucking steep cliff. It's part of my language. I'm just kind of like imagining the amazing hike that I went on. But we ended up climbing this cliff, like going through like vines and bushes and trees and stuff, and I almost slipped off, dude. I almost slipped off one of the cliffs, and it was because there was like water like running down the side of this rock, and I remember I almost slipped down the thing, but I caught myself like on one of the bushes. It was insane. It was definitely a crazy night that night. And the trek, I think, took 40 minutes to get up there. And I was drenched in sweat by the time we got up there. Me and my group of friends, we were just all like, you know, like all tired and shit. And then afterwards, we proceeded to smoke some good herb. And, you know, me and my group, we were kind of separated from the main group that was there, you know, the whole party people. Because, you know, we really didn't know anyone that was there. And we didn't really want to, like, I guess one of my friends kind of had a problem with one of the people there. And so it was a very awkward kind of, you know, like, there was like, I know we don't like you, and you know we don't like you. And I know you don't like us, and we know that you don't like us. And it was very iffy. And so we ended up kind of drifting off and looking for like a different campsite to set up. And we went up higher, actually, like higher into the cliffs. And we stumbled upon this like little kind of plateau, if you will, overlooking like a valley. Of course, you couldn't see anything because there's no lights, but we were up in this little plateau. You know, we're kind of checking out, wondering what's going on. And while we're looking around, like two people come up, like two sketch-ass people actually come up, and they're like, "Hey, have you seen this dude like kind of walking around here? You know, we're kind of looking for him." And we just kind of looked at him like, "What the fuck?" No, we haven't seen him actually. Oh, okay. Well, if you see them, just don't say anything, but like, just kind of, yeah, just we'll be back. Just, you know, tell us if you see him. What the fuck? We're like, okay, yeah. And so they kind of go higher into the cliff, which is really weird, because like there's no like real kind of trail in that area that they were going. So they were definitely being sketched, but you know, we were just like, okay, we kind of brushed it off. And so we started setting up camp a little bit, and we're looking around. You know, we're all stoned. You gotta understand that we're all stoned during this. We're kind of tripping while we're setting up a little campsite. And one of my buddies, it was so funny, dude. Like, you had to be there to really understand what I'm talking about. But there was a stump, like, that we didn't see on the way up because it's so dark up there. There was a stump, and on it was like a machete. And we didn't see it the first time we walked up, but while we were kind of looking around, one of my buddies looks at it and he picks it up. And he turns, he's like, "Dude, look at what the fuck I just found." And he was holding this big ass machete, and all my friends, you know, all stoned and shit, we're all like, "What the hell, dude? Put that thing down, bro. Where'd you find that?" Like, we're all kind of questioning him a little bit. And he's like, No, dude, I found it on this stump right here, dude." We're all looking at the stump right now, and he kind of laid it down, showing us how it was kind of laying down on the stump. And you gotta imagine this, like four stoners looking at this stump intently, and nothing's happening. We're just like, "Oh wow, that's really interesting." First, my buddy, the one that found the machete, he was like, "Dude, what if we stumbled upon like the killer's like base right now? And what if I have his weapon? What if he's around us right now?" And we're all just like starting to get really paranoid and shit. And we're all laughing, like it's like we were laughing because it was funny but uncomfortable as well. Like we were like almost like you know, kind of thing. Like, we're all laughing like that. He was like, "Dude, don't guys, don't worry. We have his weapon, if anything." And like, we started, you know, because we didn't really like the group down there, and we started like kind of thinking about it. We're like, what if this is one of theirs, and they wanted to kill us or kind of like something? Like, what if they were trying to kill our group? And we're all like, "Dude, what the fuck?" Well, we have their weapon now, so we're good. Right? And I remember we heard bushes rustling in like on the right side of us. And you know, knowing that or seeing this machete, we instantly jumped to the conclusion that there's a killer and shit. And we all look around and we're like, "What? Hey, who's there?" And like it's those same two people, those sketch ass people that walk by, and they're like, "Hey, have you seen that dude walk by?" And we're like, no." And they're like, "Oh, okay, well, we'll see you around." And they just kind of walk down. And they disappear off into the darkness. And then my buddy that found the machete started jumping to conclusions again, which is so funny now that I'm like thinking about it, because he was tripping us out. He was like doing it on purpose, I think. He was like, "Dude, what if the guy they're looking for is the killer and this is his machete? What if he's around us right now? They were looking for him clearly. So what does that mean?" And he's the only one laughing. He's the only one laughing in this whole group. We're like, "Dude, why are you laughing?" He's like, "Bro, chill out. This is just the machete that we use to chop down wood for the fire and stuff." And he's all like laughing his ass off while we're all scared and huddling together and shit. And we instantly brush it off. But like, I remember we went back down to the group to kind of join up with them because they were all like kind of going to sleep already. And it was only a few people like that we kind of liked, and so we started joining up with them. But I remember leaving that little plateau area, and I was just like, I was freaked out the whole night, dude. Like, I was definitely tripping for sure. But whole moral of the story is, fuck with your friends when they're high, because that shit is funny as hell. So guys, if you guys like this story, let me know. If you didn't, please let me know. I'd like to hear from you guys, especially from the new people. Come on, let's get this show on a roll, boys and girls. I don't know, do girls follow me? I don't know, we'll see. Guys, thanks so much for watching, and if you enjoyed, please leave a like and a favorite down below. That'd be much appreciated. And leave your questions down below for a podcast if you want, you know, kind of signify that you're asking a question for the podcast, and I'll definitely save it, because I will be uploading podcast number 2 within the coming weeks, within a week or so. So just look out for that, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.
Who's this pretty blonde chick taking bong rips? Park Ave, catching a cab the next morning. We party hard last night, I'm fucking exhausted. Headed back to my hood, I'm feeling nauseous. She said someone broke her heart, and now she's cautious. She thinks the fact that I'm a broke rapper is awesome. Tennis lessons, I wonder what those look costed. So shout out to all the Rachels and Lawrence, mind players in the wintertime. 3 courses for dinner time, VIP, Patron and lime, smoking weed while we drinking wine. Me packing district.